That's a fight we're really looking to make in America, and I think there is a very good chance you will see that fight in April. I think it's a great fight between two very highly ranked and unbeaten fighters. Jarrell Miller loves to talk, and it's a fight we would love to make. I would do my own card for that in America. That would be the headline fight, and that's what we are working towards. Ortiz is mandatory for the WBA, while they are both highly ranked with the IBF. Miller is highly ranked with the WBO. Ortiz is highly ranked with the WBC, so it's a big fight in the heavyweight division. What I like about it is that normally two guys would avoid danger fights to get to the top, but now they are saying, you know what, why wait, let's fight and find out. That's great for boxing. Those are the words of Eddie Hearn talking about a potential fight between one of his fighters, Luis Ortiz, and Jarrell Miller. Now, Jarrell Miller has spoken in the media recently about the possibility of this fight, and he said, look, there would have to be an incentive for him in terms of ranking. He would need to get a guaranteed shot at a heavyweight title if he was to fight and beat Luis Ortiz. If that was guaranteed to him, if he was able to inherit Luis Ortiz's mandatory position for the WBA, then he'd be willing to take the fight. So Eddie Hearn hasn't spoken on that yet. Maybe he hasn't talked to the WBA about the situation. We don't know, but he was throwing a lot of different talk around there in the quote about several different organizations and who's ranked highly in which organization. I'm a little perturbed that he didn't mention the WBA and say, well, Miller would inherit that mandatory shot if he was to beat Luis Ortiz, because that's what we want to hear. Yeah, if that's Miller's ultimatum, and I don't think it's an unreasonable ultimatum, then I'd like to see Eddie Hearn actually go forth and say, you know what, yeah, let's allow Miller to inherit Luis Ortiz's mandatory position if he beats him. But then again, you have to look at it from the Luis Ortiz point of view. He's got a guaranteed world title shot for the WBA. Does he really want to take on somebody as dangerous as Jarrell Miller before he's got that mandatory shot? Would you, if you were in Luis Ortiz's position, would you just sit around and wait for your title shot to come around, or maybe take on a few fairly easy fights and just wait for that guaranteed shot? Because remember, this guy's pushing 40 at least, and he's never had a world title shot. He's not rich. He wants that world title shot. So if you were in his shoes, would you fight Jarrell Miller if you stood to lose your WBA mandatory position if you lost the fight? Would you do it? Drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel. Who wins this fight? Does this fight go ahead? Etc, etc. All right, drop it below. It's Hatman, I'm out.